Welcome back to another episode with OmniGarrows After Hours on the Thor Media channel. So, you see the two of us because we've made a bit of a mistake this week.
Oh, the royal we.
I mean, I've made a bit of a mistake. So we did organise for a guest to be on across some different time zones, and I've got the wrong day. I mean, I've got the right day for us, but the wrong day for them.
Yeah,
so hopefully...
You've forgotten to realise that there's a day difference between us and the rest of the world, right? We're ahead. So the guest that you've got us on today, who's not here today, is enjoying a nice Saturday night where we're enjoying a very early Sunday morning.
Well, the guest I've got on is Glenn here. So,
well, exactly. Pleasure to be here. It's actually my first one in this setting. You've done the last two podcasts like this with a couple of guests. So it's only fair that I'm here chipping together.
Yeah, I mean, what happened is you went away on holiday to China, right? And so I was left to do podcasting. I thought, well, what's a perfect excuse to get some people on? So, and the reason why I did that is kind of, slightly selfish, slightly wanted to learn. I wanted to get some brands on. I wanted to learn behind the scenes of some companies that we maybe thought that we would enjoy using some of their products, to find a little bit behind the scenes. And I also think that YouTubers do a relatively poor job of talking about products. So the best way to deal with that is get the person on who created the product, talk about it, and then ask them how they use it. So then you can then pass on that information correctly. And I've done that with Reggie Cox from Laba Cosmetica. I've done that with Maz from Garage Therapy. And what you'll see probably in the next couple of weeks is another guest doing exactly the same thing. But so Glenn and I have thought, well, we're up early this morning. We've got to do a podcast. So here we are. And we're going to walk you through the Thor Media, the House of Rags website. We're going to screen share that, and we're going to build out a bucket package of some things that we would recommend, some things that we recommend that maybe if you had a car that was ceramic coated, or you had a car that had you wanted to keep nice and clean and you wanted to just start somewhere, we'll build you out a bucket package of some things that we think you would need. We'll price it all up at the end, see how much it costs, and maybe we'll subtract or maybe add a few extra things depending on the cost to make something sort of reasonable.
And I think
good idea, sir.
Yeah. I think the customer in mind here as well is a real customer that we have every single week, which is someone who has just bought a new car or just got their older car into a state, with a paint correction, maybe ceramic coating. And then they ask us the question as they're pulling out of the studio with it. They go, how do I look after this moving forward? And quite often we'll get links sent to us. Is this a good car shampoo? Should I get this? Should I get that? So the whole idea here is to build out a package that we can send them and go, here's everything you need as a starter kit, kind of forgetting everything they already own. So, we'd like to think they'd have a pressure washer they could use, but we're forgetting about all the existing soaps that have been around on the shelf for 12 years, refreshing, starting brand new for them. So we'll let's pull up the House of Rags website. I think the first thing to call out here is all month long. So for the month of August, 25% off all of the V1 towels and 15% off the new towels. So
that's part of the Microfiber Mania push, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, you can get yourself a fantastic deal on some great microfiber there. We'll come back to the microfiber. I think we should start with a car shampoo. What do you think?
They don't have any buckets on the website, is that right?
No, they don't. So what we can get,
you're gonna have to buy
accessories.
You're gonna have to buy your own bucket. All right, if you want a bucket package, buy your own bucket because they don't have any.
Yeah, we get add a dirt lock in, like a grit guard, as a basic kit.
Yeah, you're going to do 2 buckets, or you're going to do 1 bucket wash?
I think you're encouraging 2 bucket wash. I mean, these are people who have just had their car ceramic coated. You want them to look after it in the best way possible. So I think it's key to go 2 bucket method if you're not going the rinseless route.
Yeah, so let's just make this like a normal shampoo wash that people understand, because as soon as you start to explain a rinseless wash to someone, they freak out.
So let's add 2 of these.
2 of these, yep. And this is you would use one of these buckets and one of these dirt lock combos to wash your wheels, right?
Correct. So I think for a beginner or someone that we're trying to build this package out for, we are not going to encourage them to have 3 buckets and have a dedicated wheel bucket. I think it is you use one of the buckets for your wheels, you rinse it out, you set it back up again for the wash, or you reverse your method and you do your wheels at the end. So yeah,
I'm going to go into the House of Rags as well to help you out.
Yeah,
so I
perfect.
see as well.
So I think next category, well, the first
And
category,
bearing in mind that this is for, depending on where you're watching, we're on the US website. So some of the websites in different regions have got slightly different stuff, might not have the full stock. So we're basing this off the American website.
correct, because then we've got the whole catalog, all of the inventory. So I think the first bit.
Where are you
and the
starting?
most
We're starting with
exciting
soap.
Yeah, let's start with soap. So let's go into our detailing products, exterior, and go to our wash and prep section. That's one of the things that I like about the House of Rags website. It's all laid out in a pretty logical form. You can pretty easily find what you're looking for. I get really frustrated when I go on a website, and particularly with brands. I don't like it where I have to go to separate pages to get to brands, because sometimes I know, hey, I'm looking for a Clean by Pan product. To be able to quickly go here and scroll through the whole list. I really like this. But yeah, we've gone into the wash category.
Sometimes they have that brand under, like, you might go into products. And then see if you went into like detailing products, they might have exterior, interior, blah, blah, blah. But then down the bottom, they'll have brands.
The brands, yeah. No, I like this.
Yeah.
You want to have like the hero categories and then the brands. I'm not sure about Pans picks. How popular are Pans picks? Pan's a great guy. Did you know the new Pan towel has a logo on it? The drying towel?
I think, yeah, I did from looking at the videos, the release videos, and talking through that. Yeah, I saw that.
I really want to get my hands on that towel. Holds a gallon of water. Your drying towels, our bulk drying towel. I'm going way off topic here, but our bulk drying towel is not performing again.
Yeah, I think what happens is they get blocked up real quick. So if you're using heavy ceramic-based sealants and stuff like that, I think they get clogged pretty quickly.
I think we need a drying towel for non-ceramic coated cars that we're not teaming up with any type of drying aid, no sealant, that is strictly used to dry. Right.
And actually, I think you need to have a good microfiber wash too. So Renaissance is going to be in the pick here,
yes.
I think.
Yep. I think that's a key. So we've got quite a few options here. We've got, I think, a few of our favorites, right? We really enjoyed the Detail Co. It's
that's a good soap. Yeah.
Another one here that personally we quite like is the Armour Detail, the Clean by Pan.
We haven't used that.
We haven't used that yet, have we?
It's on the shelf. I haven't used it yet.
Okay. Carpro Reset. I mean, we've tried that, and it's a decent soap, but I just don't think it wasn't special. There was nothing special about that soap when we used it.
It smells a bit weird too.
And then we've got the rinseless soaps, Semper. Goodness, if you want your car and your driveway and your whole environment to smell like a sophisticated Italian man, that could be the soap for you. But I think that is definitely not a soap for everyone. Like, you would find it's very much like a cologne. You're going to have quite a few people go, yeah, I like it. And then a whole bunch will go, oh, that's too much for me.
I'm seeing Incredible Suds pop up, and that's quite a good soap as well.
Well, I mean, it's highly concentrated. Yeah.
Highly concentrated. It foams really well, smells fantastic. It just does a really good job of just being a great soap.
And then we've got Innocar. Haven't tried any of those ones. We've got some specialized shampoos from Labo Cosmetica. We've got the Maniac.
I haven't used the Maniac soap. The only thing from Maniac line we've used is the Maniac Wheel and Tire Cleaner.
Correct. And then on to page 2. I mean, I've got a couple of front runners here. So we've got the Garage Therapy. We've got
haven't used any of them.
I really like these new bottles from the Fen Labs. They look really cool. I love that for a rinseless wash. The dispenser.
Oh, you like the measuring cups there?
I like the built-in measuring cup. Yeah, full rinseless.
The only thing is those type of bottles look a bit stupid on the shelf because no other bottle looks like that.
Yeah, this is a bottle that stays in your cabinet. You can't feature that on the shelf and have it look like everything else. I think our shampoo is going to be from page 1 here. I mean, to me, I'm kind of debating between, would I recommend the Detail Co. soft wash, or would I recommend something like a DIY Detail Incredible Suds, which is highly concentrated.
Detail Incredible Suds is how much? $17.99.
Yeah, $17.99 for the bottle, and then $74 for the gallon. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to start out, you're only going to want small bottles in your package.
Well, that's why I think the Incredible Suds is probably a good option, because it's so highly concentrated.
But what's the dilution? Scroll down to the dilutions.
So your dilution on this is, so it is
Half an
10
ounce.
to, like 15 mil. So this is 16 ounces, and you're putting 1 ounce in your wash bucket and 1 to 2 in your foam gun. So 2. So you're probably going to get 8 washes, which is quite
Right.
a lot out of a small bottle.
As opposed to the Detail Co one?
As opposed to the Detail Co. So this one here is 1 to 2 ounces to the bucket, and then 1 to 3 to the foam cannon. So you're probably using not quite double. So you might get 4 to 5 washes out of the Detail Co.
And it's like $1 or more expensive.
It is $18.99.
Yeah, with the other one was $17.99.
Yeah, I'm going to pull rank here. Unless you were going to agree with me, I'm going Incredible Suds for the beginner, because that way, you know how as a beginner, like the most fun thing is get your foam cannon out and have a
totally.
foam, and you're going to get that even with a couple of capsules with the Incredible Suds. Like you're not going to have that issue around. Oh, I haven't put enough in here; it's too watery. So need to add one of these to the cart.
I think if you're going to pick one or the other, this soap here smells like it's got like a grape scent.
Grape.
I think.
Yeah.
And the other one has got some real high sophisticated. We're talking about Detail Co soft wash. Has got some burnt almond, marshmallow.
Burnt marshmallow.
Burnt marshmallow.
Maybe with a hint of almond.
I thought he had almond in there as well.
Maybe. It's a great smelling soap. It really is.
And I think that soft wash is slightly slicker than Incredible Suds. So Glenn's picked Incredible Suds, which is what we're going to use in the bucket. I would have picked Detail Co soft wash.
Okay. That's all right. You can, if we're on the fence about another one, you can pick one. The thing is, there's so many good options for car shampoos.
So those would be our two, right? So smash on with those two if that's what you want.
Yep.
Maybe you pick that for the first time, and then you go, hey, look, I'm out. I'm going to choose another one second time. Pick the other.
Correct. Or you pick up 2 of them. You don't buy a gallon, because I think that everyone needs a gallon of car shampoo. So
I think so too. I think if you're going to wash your car every week, and that's what we'd recommend. Like if your car was ceramic coated, you need to be washing every week.
So maybe the
person a couple of $1,000s on this on your car. Your car's probably worth quite a bit of money to you. It's probably the second most expensive item that you own. Besides owning your house potentially. And I think you should spend the time to invest some care and love into it to preserve its value. So I think if you've spent thousands of dollars getting it corrected and then ceramic coated, then you're going to need to protect it. And so this is why we're doing this for you.
Yeah, so maybe the recommendation is, hey, pick up one of these and one of these in the smaller sizes, use them. That will get you, a dozen washes, 10 to 12 washes, and then figure out which one you like and then buy a gallon.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we've got the shampoo. So if we're kind of thinking about the wash process, we've got a bucket set up now, or we've got grip guards sitting on the floor because we don't have a bucket from House of Rags. We've got our car shampoo that's in there. I think we've got to make the assumption as part of this that the pressure washer, accessories, foam cannon, etc., they've already got it.
You've already got
a separate thing. Yeah.
So we're sort of assuming that maybe they bought the Karcher pressure washer.
Yep.
And that Karcher pressure washer came with like a foam cannon, or they maybe have bought some other accessories from the House of Rags. Maybe you've already got your foam cannon. So let's assume they've already got that going.
Yeah. So then logically, the next thing that you're going to need here is, if we're thinking about the cleaning chemicals, we've got the shampoo. So now we're going to need something to clean the wheels.
Yep. So you need some bucket tools, or maybe you need a wheel cleaner.
I think let's start with a wheel cleaner, shall we? So if we go into the wheels and tires, and I think the key here is you probably want a hybrid, something that's going to do all right on cleaning the tires, so your rubber, and also the wheels themselves.
Yep.
All right. What are we thinking here? We got some tire specific products.
I'm telling you now, the Carpo Retire and the Armour Detail tire cleaner are really good tire cleaners.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either. I think the key difference between these two is the included sprayer.
Yes.
Like the foaming sprayer on the Retire is pretty frustrating. You've got more.
So the user experience from the Carpo is not as good.
Correct. But I think for a beginner here, we're not going to recommend a dedicated tire cleaner. So what are we going for? What are our options?
It's the Maniac wheel and tire cleaner.
Yeah, that's what I'm scrolling to look for. What about the Detail Co All Clean as an option for someone as well? $8.99.
Yeah, so Yeah, you could do if you were someone who wanted to use a generic, like you wanted an all-purpose cleaner, and then you were happy to substitute different dilutions to support your cleaning method or what you were trying to clean. So if you wanted to do wheels, then you would dilute that to suit wheels. If you want to spray bugs and stuff off, you were going to, change the dilution for that as a bit of a pre-spray. I think, to be honest with you, the easy way to educate people is to have specific products for specific things. I think it helps them understand that a little easier. And I also think that these type of people are probably not going to clean their car once a week like we would like them to. I think these people are more like months on end type cleaning people. And so typically speaking, your wheels are going to be pretty dirty, pretty filthy, and depending on where you live, is probably going to need a bit more of a oomph in terms of wheel cleaning. And so we know that Maniac Wheel Cleaner, wheel and tire cleaner, is probably some of the up there cleaning chemicals.
It's pretty affordable too. $19.99 for a liter, 54 for 4.5 liters. Like it's well priced.
And what I like about this is it does clean the tires. It cleans your wheels. You can change your dilutions. You can put this in a foam cannon. You can put this in a pump foamer. You can also spray this on. So it's pretty versatile on how you'd like to use it. The reason why we like to use our wheel cleaner in a foam cannon is it gives us a great distribution of product all over the face of the wheel. It also gives us a large dwell time, which is important to break down dirt and grime. And so that's our preferred method. I know lots of people like to spray the wheel and tire cleaner on and then start cleaning. But by the time you've cleaned one or two spokes, it's like it's gone, and you're basically dry wiping. And so that's why we like it from the lubrication point of view. And so that's how we recommend you use it. You can use the same foam cannon that you're going to use to do your paint, and that's our method of choice. I think the other way people do is they spray it on and then they foam over the top. But I think we're getting a little complex for your typical person who just wanted to get started here.
Good thing about this too is it's dilutable. So, I mean, your minimum dilution's 1 to 3. So this is going to get you 3 liters worth of ready to use product at that dilution factor there. 5 liters or 10 liters, depending on how you dilute it down. This is your favorite detailing saying, right? Sweet and pleasant scent.
The thing that really winds me up about that is that these product developers and stuff, they say that their product has got a nice scent, pleasant scent, usually is what they say. And when they talk about it, they go, it's a pleasant scent. So tell me what a pleasant scent is. It's like, what does the scent smell like? Is it fruity? Is it cologne based? Is it floral? Like, explain the scent. Tell me what it smells like so that I know that when I'm buying it, I know what it smells like. But even reviewers just go, yeah, it smells like a nice, pleasant scent. That's a garbage.
They usually go fresh.
Tell me what it is. Yeah, it's almost like it's like the last.
Fresh and pleasant.
They want to tell me what's in the product. They want to tell me how to use it. They want me to tell you how great it is at cleaning, blah, blah, blah. And then they get to the scent and they go, I don't want to tell you about it. It's just a nice, pleasant scent.
Let's have one of these to cut. We're gonna throw on the Maniac Wheel Cleaner. So with a wheel cleaner, now we need some wheel cleaning tools. And you probably want to keep them at a, limit the amount of tools. I mean, you look at our wheel buckets, there's probably 6 or 7 different tools in there for different specific functions.
We typically have like a tire brush, a barrel brush, and like a lug nut type brush, and a mitt, a finger mitt. I think here, while we're doing the tools, I think you also need a wash mitt as well. So wash mitt and wheel tools is what we should hit now.
Well, correct, yeah. So the wash media is what we need to look at. So if you're thinking about the wheels then, do
they have wheel tools?
Yeah, they do. So we've got some wheel tools here. So we've got like a wheel brush. This is to reach your barrels and get back around the wheel. I'm not a big fan of these microfiber ones. I'm more of a fan of the brush ones.
I think also that brush thing as well also helps to get the little cracks of the spoke started when you ram that brush through. So add one of those. I think that's good.
Yeah,
and you want the bigger size, I think, because the bigger size of those brushes, the bristles actually collapse quite small. I think if you've got the small one, it just doesn't quite hit as well.
And then in terms of a wash mitt,
do they have like a tire brush or something else? Additional?
I can't see. We've got like a there was a brush. It's a wheel barrel brush. Got the wheel woolies.
We've used those before. They're not that good.
No brushes here. We might find it on one of the other pages, maybe under our accessories, exterior accessories. Yep, so we've got our IKEAs. Here we go. So we've got like a mitt. What I'm looking for is like a dedicated, I don't think we're going to
Here you
find
go.
it
There's
here.
the tire brush, tire
Well, that's
scrub
the
brush.
tire scrub brush. So we're going to need that as well. That's what we're after. And then what about brushes? Or you think you can probably get away with just the...
Well, I think if you can't find we like a 3-finger mitt type thing that you put on, like a lamb's wool type mitt. So I think if you can't find one of those, you're going to need a brush because you need to clean the spokes or something, right?
Yeah, so the Clean by Pan, the 2 set is sold out. So let's just add the Thor one. We got some options on color: purple, green. Green's not sold out. Add that to the cart, and then we can always substitute this out with a wash mitt if we can find one. So then we'd be looking at the exterior wash, wouldn't we? So we find this under the microfiber. It's not really a towel, is it? Yeah, there we go. So we've got a wash mitt. Now, we're not wash mitt people, are we? We like a wash.
No.
We like a wash
Pad.
pad. I know the new one by Pan is a wash mitt.
They've just released a whole bunch. I think Eddie's one's come out. It's looks quite good.
Here we go. All right. So we've got the V1, which we've obviously got 25% off right now, which makes that dirt cheap.
You're going to go V2.
You're going to go the V2. So let's have a look at
the
V2.
the Wash Bosch Junior and the Wash Bosch V2. I know Eddie created a Wash Bosch, which is a bigger pad. So if you've got bigger hands, etc., or you want to clean a bigger surface area, you go with that. If you want the Wash Bosch Junior, I think Jamie likes slightly smaller pad, and so that's a bit more manageable. Maybe smaller hand. You want to be a bit more delicate about it. It's slightly smaller size.
Yeah, so that's a 6x8. The other's a 10x10. I'm a big fan of the bigger wash mitt. Like, I think that...
I like the color of it too.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, the other options that you have here would be the new... I mean, if you're a fan of a mitt, then yeah, you could go with the one by Pan. But I think the recommendation we would make here would be, your square, your 10x10. That is a cool color, eh?
Yeah.
We need to get our hands on some of these. Let's add it to the cart.
So that's brand new. I think they've changed some fibers or done some cool stuff there. But also the other one I quite am interested in is the one by Nick from Yum Cars. He's created a tri-fiber.
Oh, yeah.
So have a click on that and have a look. It's quite a small pad. It's white. It's quite delicate. It looks quite interesting, and it's something I haven't tried before. We've had sort of similar experience with the ones that Eddie has created with the Wash Bosch, like that sort
is
of.
Is it this one here?
Yeah.
The Yum pad?
Yeah.
I mean,
just read the description. Scroll down.
New and improved flat design, tri-fiber construction, internal foam for comfort and ease of use. Do you know what? I quite like the white. I quite like the white because you actually see.
I just think if it gets dirty, yeah, but then it will get dirty. I'm not sure. We'd have to try that out. But he's also designed it so that those fibers are good with rinseless wash, and so it's the rinseless wash does a really good job of relieving the dirt out of the microfiber, the fibers there. So it's quite interesting. It's quite an interesting concept that we need to try, obviously.
So we've got our wash media. So we have our Wash Bosch V2. We have our brushes, our tire scrub brush, and our large, like our spoke brush for the wheels.
And we're going to have to use a brush to clean the spokes of the wheels. There's no
there's nothing specific here, is there? Like a wheel
mitt?
Like a wheel mitt.
Oh, there you go. What's that?
It's like a glove, isn't it? Wheel paw, wheel and rim. That's actually... Have you ever seen this before?
No, I haven't.
The one that we use right now, it's like a lamb's wool mitt. And
it's like you can get like 3 or 4 fingers in there, yeah.
Yeah, but this looks really interesting, how you'd be able to clean around the spokes. I mean, I'm thinking your Range Rover with the 22s, how you've got those really slim spokes. We can't add this to the cart, but what I'd probably be doing, I would be adding something like this to the cart. I think this is probably more beneficial than even a little one of the brushes.
For brushes, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll probably substitute that out. It's sold out right now. When this comes back
Okay,
in
so yeah,
stock,
let's
I'm
put
keen to grab one.
we'd put that in. So we'll just remember $20 at the end as well for the.
Yeah. So
There you
we've got our wash media now. We've got our shampoo. We've got our wheel cleaner. What's next?
You can do the wheel arches with that brush that we got.
You can. Yep. So you're going to be able to get all around with this.
Wheels are all taken care of. We've washed the vehicle now.
So
Would you
we
want
at
to
the
put a
point
pre-spray
now.
in or not?
For a
Maybe we're
beginner,
not there.
no, I don't think so. I think that's kind of like the
Like
intermediate. You would add like a BDE or something.
like a bug, yeah, bug sturts and exterior to get rid of all that stuff. That's probably like a V2, you know, an additional
Correct.
2.
Well, this is like the beginner set, and then you'd have like the intermediate set, which would have that, and then maybe your advanced set would have your high, your low pH washes.
Yeah.
So we're probably at the point now where the car is washed. So you're getting
And we
to
need
the
to
point
dry it.
now where we need to dry it. Okay. And we're not going to assume that this person has a leaf blower, that they can dry the car with that. We're going to need some type of towel. So let's hop into our exterior towels. Now, we've got a few options here, right? So we've got the Diva, the House of Rags drying towel.
So the only towel that we've had similar experience with is the Autofiber Dreadnought.
Yes.
We've got a couple of those. We've used them. They work really well. There's no doubt about that. But I think maybe you could get something better by going by the House of Rags type drying towel, right?
I mean, you've got the Goat, quite a pricey towel, but I think you kind of get what you pay for. You've got to expect to pay a bit for a drying towel because it's going to do a lot of heavy lifting for you. And if you care for it, it's going to last a long time. You've got the Diva.
I also think that having a drying towel, or that's actually more like a drying blanket, is so big that it can be quite hard to manage. I think there's a bit of a skill set that you're going to have to learn to be able to manage that size towel. And I think for beginners, you're going to need to go something a little bit smaller, a little bit something more manageable.
So
and we're going to be looking at getting
option-
sort of like a pack, because you want one for your first, you're going to use a drying aid here, obviously, that we'll get to. But you want to dry with a smaller towel first, and then you want to come back and sort of buff the little drops left.
So this is the new towel by Pan. So this is, if we're thinking size of the towel to have it manageable, so this is 35 by 27. And then we've got the Goat, which is smaller, 27 by 27. And then we've got the Diva, which is 30 by 35. So it's probably that is the biggest one, isn't it? So your Goat's kind of in the middle. The issue with the Goat right now is if someone said, I need to buy this today, it's right now out of stock. So then you've got, do you go the 20 by 30 auto fiber, or do you go back to the
what else have they got? Scroll down.
Well, no, these are.
They've got the Mr. Twister, which we've used before as well.
I think as a beginner, you want a big bulk drying towel. You don't want.
You reckon?
Multiple towels. Yeah, these are good. Although, in saying that, we're thinking ceramic coated car, aren't we? So at this point, we might be applying some type of drying aid and be able to use these smaller towels.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you want people to be using a drying aid, and so the other thing is that honestly, when you're using a big towel, I think people get a little bit too hung up on trying to use a drying towel, and I think they're going to end up pushing too hard.
So I think that you're either going for the Mr. Twister, like this style towel from Pan.
Yeah.
Or you're going with we've got the Mr. Twister here as well. The purple. I think you probably go with this.
Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. Dirty Job, level 1, Freebird. Keep going. Are the DIY detail towels on there?
We've got the Twist Towel 3-pack. Which is this.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of like those towels that we've used before. It's quite similar to the Dreadnought. What is it used for?
This is paint, glass, plastic, extreme absorption for your car cleaning. I don't think you need extreme absorption if you've got a ceramic coated car.
That's like those blue towels that I have. You know the blue ones we've used.
Yeah. So would
I
you be
think you're
going
going
for
to use
something like this, or
you're going to use that or the Mr. Twister.
I'm thinking Mr. Twister. I'm thinking you go the House of Rags.
Okay.
We've got these in our cabinet. These are really good towels.
I think you buy 2 bags of those too, by the way.
Yeah, you have 6 of those because you're using one for your first wipe, one for your second wipe.
And be mindful that if
Every
you're going
time
to
you're
use
in the
some
car.
ceramic sprays or that type of stuff, that these are going to get loaded. So just be careful about that. The longevity of them won't be as long because they end up getting clogged. So you just got to be mindful of that. And that's the problems that we experience all the time. So
then we
and
need.
you can dry a really wet car with those. I mean, we've done it multiple
absolutely
times. I just think that for people, it's just easier to manage. You use one for your, you spray on a bit of detail spray, you wipe that down with that first wipe, then you come around and you get the small drops.
Now we need a drying aid to team it up with.
So
where are you going here? So it's a ceramic coated car. Keep in mind that's the
so the protection of the vehicle is already there, and so people are going to freak out right now. But actually, if you've already spent the money getting your car ceramic coated, you don't need any more protection on your car. You've got it. You've paid for it. So what you need here is a drying aid. Now, people are going to freak out because a drying aid's not going to last as long. You're probably going to get 1 or 2 weeks out of a really good drying aid, and I think that's all you need. And the whole purpose here is to use lubrication when you're drying. These people are potentially novices. They potentially are in a rush. They're potentially going to be a bit more aggressive with the amount of pressure that they apply with their cleaning. And so where you induce the most amount of scratches is during your cleaning phase and your drying phase. So anytime you're touching the vehicle is when you're going to induce the marring and scratching. And so here we are just using this for lubrication between the drying towel and the paint. And so I think what you do here is you spray a few spritzes on, you just use that as lubrication to dry the vehicle, and then you come with your second wipe and buff off. And so a lot of these products are like here we can see Clean by Pan ceramic spray sealant. That thing is really stout. That's going to give you protection between 6 and 12 months. The problem is if you continue to use that, like we're going to recommend that we want you to do to dry your vehicle when you're cleaning, is that it's going to struggle to flash off and could get quite clogged on the coating, and then it becomes streaky and etc. So you don't want anything too aggressive. You want something that's just basically termed a drying aid.
So
you definitely don't want detail coat Infinity spray sealer because that is pretty
stout.
aggressive as well.
That is stout.
I mean, ceramic gloss I've used multiple times. I do like that product. I think it does a really good job.
So we've got the DIY ceramic gloss.
That probably also gives you a little bit too much protection as well. Click on the DIY detail one. Just tell me what I can't remember the longevity off the top of my head.
So this here is it's not telling us on the description. Deha spray forms a chemical bond with your paint to increase UV protection, shine, and slickness. We don't get a time frame right there. So, I mean, this is an option, potentially.
Yeah, it is an option. Let me look into it a bit further.
I mean, the thing is here, we've had experience with quite a few of these products, but I think a lot of them are on that side of just being too stout. Whereas really, as you said, what we're looking for here is just a bit of lubrication. I think this is a slightly tough one to find something that is just not too aggressive. What have you found on the DIY detail?
It just says exactly the same thing. So
okay, well, I'm going to tell you.
Lasting protection. That would be what I'd be picking.
Yeah,
I think. What are the others here? I mean, Hydroslave. That's a bit of a funny one. That's a rinseless wash based product.
We've got sealants here. Another sealant.
We haven't really had any go with any of those others there from Lava Cosmetica. None of those I know too much about.
I mean, I think
maybe the Yum detailer, maybe that's probably what. Although I haven't used it, I've heard things that this is literally what we're after. Is we're just after something that's going to give lubrication and very no protection. Apparently, it's really slick. I'm just speaking from what I've heard from the other people that have talked about this product in our sort of in our group here, and so I would probably pick that, to be honest with you.
The Yum.
Or I would pick one from DIY Detail Ceramic Gloss.
I did see a Yum here before. Where was it?
Yeah,
was it on
the
this
first
page?
Yeah, scroll down. It's on the left-hand side in the white bottle. Right-hand side, sorry. Scroll down, right there.
Yum Detailer. Yum Detailer. The one and only goal in this category is gloss and slickness. During the final stages of the detailing process, can be used both wet and dry applications. The product really excels at the drying aid stages when drying your car. Yeah, okay. I think this one. We add this to the cart. We need to get our hands on these. The one that we have been using at the moment is in the top right-hand corner here. I think it's still in stock, is the Amplify. And I think this is another good option. While stock glass on the website, I think gallon size is the only ones you can get there. And the reason why we can't add this is because we wouldn't recommend someone setting out this kit buys a gallon to start with. They need to buy the spray bottle.
Just scroll down to DIY Detail. Go down, stop. So if you want another option, get the DIY Detail Ceramic Gloss. It's roughly the same price as well. So maybe this is where you buy two and you try them out, see which one you like before you commit to the gallon.
Yeah,
we've had great experience with that. It works really good. So especially now, the problem here is we have high humidity, and so if you spray a lot of product on, it's quite hard to buff dry, and you end up with this sort of hazy look that does eventually evaporate. That could be streaky, and so you want to use a product. A little amount goes a long way. A couple of spritzes, or Ivan actually recommends one spritz on the panel, and use that with your towel, and that's enough. And so that product works fine in our humidity-based conditions. And so how you're going to use this is you've got your two drying towels that we've showed. You're going to have one for the first wipe, one for the second wipe. You're going to spray a bit of your drying aid on the panel, and then you're just going to lightly dry the vehicle using it. You're using as a drying lubricant, which is going to lubricate the towel between the towel and the paint so that you're going to reduce your marring and scratching on your ceramic coating. This should feel really slick. It should dry really easily, and you should be good to go after that. And I think you get around the vehicle with under 4 towels if you're careful.
Yeah, I think so. But it's nice to have a couple of extra up your sleeve in case you drop them on the concrete or something. It's nice.
And you want to cycle them around as well, because if you're using like a ceramic-based product, like if you use the DIY Detail one, that does have the tendency to load your towels up, and then they basically fail and they stop being able to dry well, and you end up getting quite frustrated when they don't dry.
So there's probably two more things that we need to consider here at the end stage of doing an exterior detail. In one of them, I don't know if it's super essential, but I'll throw it to you. So when you're thinking glass, exterior glass, would you recommend that this person is just using the drying aid and making sure they're getting the glass cleaned up with that versus a dedicated glass cleaner?
I don't think if you're going to extend this,
ignore the interior. Ignore the interior.
I think you're fine. Here.
So we just go with that drying aid.
Get in V2, yeah. Or you get that when you buy your interior stuff.
Okay. And then the other piece would be, once you've got the car all dry, the final step that we do with every detail is tire dressing. And I think the risk is, if you don't go and recommend something here, what you're going to find is Johnny is going to pull out the Armour Detail foam spray. That stuff that just sprays out of the can as a foam.
Yeah, my next door neighbor uses that.
The wheels. Yep.
So do you know what he does? He sprays the wheels. I'm looking at his car now. He sprays the wheels on the road or on his driveway, and he ends up with 4 half semicircles exactly where he sprayed it on, because it just gets on the driveway. Don't use that, people.
No. So we need a tire dressing here as well. So
before we even look at this, I think if you're going to use, we did a water-based tire dressing video where we tried 4 different tire dressings and we put them on until they basically failed. Yep. We got roughly 4 weeks, and I regularly washed the vehicle once a week for 4 weeks, and I got it to the point where they started to fail. And so I think if you're going to use a water-based dressing, expect that they're all going to perform relatively the same. I'm just using this from the 4 that we've used, but we've used more than that. And I think you're going to get roughly 4 weeks. And so my recommendation here is that you would apply this maybe every second week or every couple of weeks, depending on when you feel like you need another thing, like another little top up. But I think it doesn't really matter what sort of water-based tire dressing you use.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like they were all pretty much on par. I mean, I think that in that test you did, there was one that failed sooner than the others, which is a product you can't actually buy on the House of Rags. But the other products that we tried, they were all much in the same. And if we're thinking here that the ones you tried to were dressings, they were not sealants. So there is another category, which is a sealant, which is going to give you, way better longevity. But we're thinking here about a dressing, something that's easy to put on, but also easy to remove. Because if you incorrectly apply like a sealant type product to a tire, you can end up with a hot mess. So you want something you can
pathway before.
Yeah, I have. You want to be able to get that Maniac wheel and tire cleaner on there and scrub it off in your next wash, rather than have to wait 3 months for it to start to fade away. So, what are you kind of thinking here? Because I mean, there's so many good options. I mean, this is a great tire dressing.
Show me the options.
Okay, so we've got Clean, we've got DIY Detail, we've got Guardian, and then we've got Katiba, Phoenix, we've got Tire Plus by Armour, we've got Ghost, which is that sealant that I'm talking to you about. So we're going to rule out the sealants from the category. We've got a lot of options here. Is that interesting? Pan's pick. Pan picks the DIY Detail, even though Pan has his own tire dressing.
I think you'll find that it's also in there as well.
Good on you, Pan. We've got options. We've got options. I mean, I'm heavily leaning toward one of two. And I'm not actually sure which one of the two I'm leaning toward, but I'm probably going, you either get your Clean tire dressing or you get your Detail Co Guardian.
See, I'm thinking there's another one there that I haven't seen. Can you go to, is Garage Therapy on there?
Yep, we can go to the brands, Garage Therapy. And you're looking for, it's not the Tire Serum?
Tire Serum, yeah, that's what I'm after. So
the thing I love about this,
I'm going to do a recommendation again.
No sprayer.
I'm going to do a recommendation on a product I haven't tried.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, I had Maz from Garage Therapy on, and we did a podcast, and he talked about why this product was created. And he's managed to convince me to try this product basically on the story around why he made this.
Okay.
And it's pretty impressive. I think that go back and listen to that podcast. It's about halfway through. We talk about this product. I haven't tried it. I don't know how well it's going to perform. I don't know what it's like, but I would be willing to take the risk. It looks quite expensive at $50 a bottle, but I bet you're going to get
50 is the 1,000. So
it's 1,000.
We had the 500.
26.
We're at 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would pick that, and I would give that a crack. And remember, a tire dressing is going to last you a very long time.
Correct.
The other one I would pick would be the Detail Co Guardian.
Yeah. I mean, I think for the purposes of the accuracy of the dollar value of the cart, I think we put the Detail Co in there, because otherwise we're adding a $50 item to the cart, which is going to blow it out. Yeah. But if the Garage Therapy was in at 26, it is a little bit more expensive, because I think the other ones we were looking at here see $18.99. So you're paying a little bit more. So let's add the 16 ounce here, but substitute it out if you're doing the order for that Garage Therapy. Do we need any other microfiber towels? Keeping in mind that what we've got towel-wise right now is we've got the...
You're not going to try just the Mr. Twister and then the wash media.
And then we've got the wash media.
Out of the 2-pack of brushes that we've got, you're going to pick the shorter, I think, go scroll up. The short handle one is what's going to clean your lug nuts and your wheel, in and around the spokes. The longer one is what we use and what we would recommend to use as your tire dressing applicator.
Correct. Yep. So you definitely need those.
Yep. So you're not going to, and you don't want to mix these tools. Don't mix them. And especially with your wheel tools, you only use those for wheels, and they never, ever touch the paint. And don't use your paint stuff on the wheels. You don't want to cross-contaminate this stuff.
Well, that's the beauty of these being available. 2 colors. So
pick 2 colors or 2 different sizes. Yep.
Yep. And yeah, you're right. Don't mix them. So do we need any other microfiber towels then? I mean,
we don't use anything else.
When you're drying, we don't have a dedicated glass cleaner in this kit, and we can just use our Mr. Twisters for drying the glass.
Yes,
Drying the
and we would use that
wheels,
with our drying aid. We don't really dry wheels, and if you
no.
did, you'd put a product like beads on or something, you know?
Correct. You put some of the one of those spray on, rinse off products. I actually think the cart where we've got it sitting right now in the kit is probably built out to a point where the only thing that we're missing is the buckets. So if we have
And
one
that
for
wheel mitt is also an extra $20 on there. So what are you at? You're at $240, I think, are you?
so our total cart is at, so it was 253. Obviously, we've got the discounts for the microfiber this month, so we're at 239, and all
So
we
it's
need to add on is $20.
for 260. Plus, you've also got shipping as well.
No.
So
Well, the beauty here is we've got free shipping. Free shipping,
I'll do it.
$99 or more. So we're getting this sent to us for free.
That's only if you live in the US, though, huh?
Oh, correct. Yeah, it's not coming to New Zealand for free. It's coming to New Zealand for $500. But that's why we've got House of Rags Australia.
So $260 gets you, I would think, something pretty comprehensive as a bucket start out kit.
Well, what we're getting, so we're getting the 2 dirt locks. So you do need to supply 2 buckets of your own. You've then got Incredible Suds, which is going to be your shampoo in the foam cannon and in the bucket. You've also got soft wash in there, so you've got 2 options.
Oh, actually,
so you're have
we actually added 2, didn't we? So theoretically, it is only 2. It is only 240 because we've added the mitt, but we're taking one of them out depending on what you choose.
Yep, correct. So you've got
the price is 240. Yeah, okay.
Yep. You can have a play with either of these, figure out, I like that, so I'll buy the gallon. And then you've got your Maniac wheel and tire cleaner. This will last you quite a while because of how you dilute it. Then you've got some of your brushes. You've got your wheel brush, which is going to get into the, right the way back into the hubs and around that wheel arch. Tire scrub brush as well. And also the Boar's Hair brush. So one for your tire dressing, one for your lug nuts in the wheel. Your wash media. So you've got your Wash Boss. And then you've got your drying towel, the Mr. Twister. And then we've got 2 products in here as well. So again, like the shampoo, you've got 2 that you can try to see what you like the best. So again, you could reduce
we're at
another
220 now.
Correct. We're at 220. But this gives you some options. So it means you're not stuck to one shampoo or one drying aid. You can play with 4 total and then figure out which you like the best. And it could be based on scent, maybe performance. Availability is a key one as well. As you've seen, we've scrolled through the website here and there's a few products that are sold out in some of the sizes. So it's quite handy to go, do you know what? I also like that one if you go to reordering and it's not in stock. And then we've got our tire and trim, which we're going to go up another $7 if we were to substitute this out for the garage therapy.
So 220.
Yeah, because we're at 240, but we can take away 2 products to get it to 200, and then we just add in that wheel mitt if it was in stock.
Is this NZ dollars or USD?
This is US. So our total cart here, $239. 14 items total we're getting here, but some of them, remember, like the Mr. Twister, we're getting 2 3-packs. So you're getting out with like 20 individual items here for $240 and free shipping in the US.
So there you go. So if you were, wanting to start out, you just ceramic coated your car. We've just walked you through the process at which how we would go shopping with your money. That's what we would buy. That's what we would recommend to get you started. And I think, to be honest with you, you're going to be able to clean your car really well, pretty comprehensively, and get a nice job. And you'll be able to protect that vehicle to hopefully get the claims or the longevity claims that your ceramic coating has given you. And I think if you regularly maintain your vehicle once a week, at a minimum once a fortnight, then you will be able to keep your car looking good and protect that asset and the value of your vehicle.
I think we do this again at some point. Do like the next step. That customer comes back to you.
Like a V2.
Yeah. V2, yeah. What else? What are the other things? I've got all of these. I want to get a bit better. What should I be buying next? I reckon we do that at some point. It's quite fun to
an interior
around the website.
Interior
package. Yeah. There's a few of these we could do. I'm really keen to hear your guys' thoughts as well in the comments below around some of the selections we've made, what you guys would substitute out. Obviously, the House of Rags has such a wide supply of products as well. It can be difficult to narrow it down because we've got, in some of those categories, 20 different options that we can pick from, which is great. But it also makes it really difficult for that beginner and makes this exercise around going, hey, here's what you should buy, really important because, I mean, as someone who doesn't know what they're looking at, to start on the House of Rags website and look at 20 different drying aids can be a bit daunting.
But also, as we try more products, as we get more experience with the House of Rags line of products that they carry, we might be able to change our recommendations, substitute some in, substitute some out, just as we learn and grow as well. So yeah, that's quite a good exercise, and I'm happy we've walked through that and shown you how the House of Rags website does actually work, and you can actually go shopping on there and get yourself some pretty decent stuff.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in today, guys. Make sure you drop that comment below if there's anything that we've missed here. And if you enjoyed this, let us know, and we'll come back. We'll do interior, we'll do intermediate, we'll do advanced. Keep clicking around the website and building out some packages. But
And
otherwise,
if you are going to go shopping, use the code OmniGarage, all one word. That will save you 10% off your order at checkout. We do get a little bit of a kickback. We do get a little bit of commission if you do like to use that code, and that just helps us out as well. So really appreciate your support, and there you go.
There we go. If you chucked on the OmniGarage code there, you brought your cart down by a further $25. So now we got that to $228. So it's a reasonably priced kit. I'm pretty happy with what we built out there. Now we just need to get this in one simple link that we can share, so we don't have to send 20 different links out to our customers when they're leaving. But that's another job for another day. Maybe Eddie, Jamie, if you're listening, let's build out some kits here.
All right, that's it from OmniGarage. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week, same time, same place. And give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop some comments on your favorite products. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
See you then. Thanks for tuning in.